It's so situational. If somebody asked me that, whether it's a new department, a new company, the first thing I'd ask is it's the first who, then what. Who's going to run that or lead it? And what do we know about that person, or what leads us to believe that they're going to be able to do that?
Yeah.
Because it's an opportunity cost, and that's where, we've certainly got it wrong in the past in some capacities, which is not having the people to help implement it.
Yeah.
And you don't really think it's going to be a big deal, but it's always a big deal.
Yeah.
It takes your best people implementing it, and the second that they spend that time on that new thing, they're not doing what they were previously doing, and it ends up being a problem. Outside of that, I mean, I think it's as good a time as any. That doesn't, personally, and maybe should, that doesn't scare me that it may be harder than it used to in the past.
Yep.
I mean, there's always going to be easy seasons and hard seasons.
Right.
Like, if that's just it.
Sure. It just kind of made me think now, I mean, in your position, if it's getting harder to get customers, are you thinking about acquiring smaller companies? A guy's looking to retire. He's like, they just don't know what they're doing. You got those customers. I mean, I know you saturated the market. But...
Yeah. Home services is interesting. And there's probably people with a lot more information on this. Gathering up customers through acquisition, especially through smaller companies, I just don't see that that's been super successful frequently. I'm not going to say it doesn't ever work.
Yeah.
But when you're buying a smaller contractor, they have a group of customers that may use them so take Milestone. If we're in 400 to 500 homes a day, for me to get more customers, it's a big, like, we need 40 or 50 more customers a day. Well, that's not necessarily a small company.
Sure.
And then what you also find is those small companies and those customers they knew the owner of that they don't like Milestone. That's it. They don't like the bigger company.
Yeah.
They were using that really small company because they could call that owner while he's, on New Year's Eve and tell him what's happening. Yeah. And that's just not us.
Yeah.
And so the acquisitions that I see that are generally successful is to get you into a new area of business, because of the licensing and the knowledge that comes with that, or the acquisitions are good because you get a footprint, like a physical location that maybe you want for some reason. And then the third one is always the acquisitions that I've been see successful are the talent. Hey, we're going to get this group of people and we really want them.
Right.
Outside of that, man, pushing two companies, I've done it. Pushing two companies together, whatever you spend on marketing, on acquiring it, I would be tempted to say, just spend that same amount on marketing. And it's way easier just to hire someone, train them to serve the new customer.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean any of that's right, just my opinion at this time.